Everyone, welcome back to the Mule channel. Today I am doing a review of Bloodshot, the movie. So this is March 13th, 9:34 p.m. I saw Bloodshot in the ultra movie theater, whatever whatever it's called. It was really cool. It was a good experience. So let's take a look at Bloodshot. It has 32% Rotten Tomatoes score right now. A lot of negatives. That's a score pretty similar to Venom, and I think could be a comparison to Venom. They're both Sony movies. Bloodshot is nowhere near as popular as the Venom character, but Vin Diesel is a top name, and we can take a look and see top critics hate it because top critics hate action movies. Top critics love those political dramas. That's what the top critics love. All critics better at 32. All audience 72. Verified audience 79. And again, the audience is correct on this one. This is not the best movie ever, but that's not the point. I mean, it's a comic book movie. It's not supposed to be amazing. Amazing, like Schindler's List amazing. It's just a comic book movie. And if I were to give it a score, I would give it 4 out of 5. Because Vin Diesel really made the movie. We know he's a great action star. He's been in a lot of top movies. My cat wants to be in the review. We know what he's capable of. But it's not a one trick pony. So what is Bloodshot? Well, here we go. Based on the best-selling comic book, Vin Diesel stars as Ray Garrison, a soldier recently killed in action, brought back by the RST company with an army of nanotechnology in his veins. The company has sway over his mind and memories, and Ray doesn't know what's going on, but he's on a mission to find out. And the cast was really good. I think Vin Diesel did amazing. Isa Gonzalez did amazing as well. Sam Heenan as Jimmy Dalton was pretty good as a villain. Toby Kebbell as Martin Axe. Yeah, I think he was pretty good too. He's kind of like a sleazy villain. Guy Pearce as Dr. Emil Harting. He was really good, actually. They gave him like a robot hand, and that was pretty cool. Kind of remind me of the Death Stranding, how they have different. Every character is they're human, but they're different. They have prosthetics or whatever. And of course, the critics didn't like it, but a very high audience score. I know it's only 242 verified ratings for audience, but I think the audience may probably think it's a 7 out of 10. If you're a fan of the Bloodshot comic books, maybe it's an 8 out of 10. So the story, it had some twists, and the characters were really good. I can go into some spoilers in a minute. We'll start with non-spoilers at the beginning. The action was very good. The director, this is his first movie, actually, as a director. David S.F. Wilson, or David Wilson. This is his first actual movie. He did a lot of work in video games. So his first action movie, his first action movie, I think he did really good. And, this is from Columbia Pictures by way of Sony. And it does feel kind of like Venom a little bit. It kind of has a blue hue to the action. And it's actually pretty similar. If you've seen both movies, you'd say they're actually pretty similar in how they're shot. And the lighting and the choreography of the fighting and cinematography. They travel pretty good in this movie, but they do a good job of setting the scene of how beautiful these places are, and using day and night They did a pretty cool effect with the RST company, how RST Corporation, how they kind of gave them like a Stark Industries tower as well. There's a lot of CG in this movie, but it looks really good. It's in the one of the big fights. Some of the CGI is like it looks kind of video game-ish, but it's not too much to take you out of the movie, or like a trained eye might see it and be like, well, that didn't actually happen. Vin Diesel didn't fall, 30, 50 stories. He didn't, we know this, but it's just kind of actually, Alfie. It's just an action movie. It's a popcorn movie. Go on a Friday, Saturday, or I don't know. Go with your friends. Go with your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. It's a good one. It's a good one. So we're gonna do spoilers here. Just wait 10 seconds. So this is spoilers. So the movie starts off where Ray Garrison's on a mission, and you think that it's it's kind of confusing because you think that it's real, but then we learn later it's not actually real, and it's like this company, the RST Corporation, they're like programming him, and like they can sub out people. So like I could be a different person in a different scenario. So Bloodshot is like the hired killer, and he's programmed to kill like whoever killed his wife. So that is pretty crazy. I've never seen that before in a movie. So that's pretty original. How he was like mind controlled like that. They bring him back, and it was like all choreographed by the evil guy, Doc. They called him Emil Harding. He was like Bloodshot was like choreographed to like kill people that left their program, so to keep their kind of secrets. And then so Vin Diesel did a great job as Bloodshot, but Aisha Gonzalez did a really good job as well. I know she's been in some other movies, but as KT, at first you think maybe it's just some hot Mexican woman. You don't really expect much, but she actually did a lot of work making you care for the character, and she did good action, like believable action. Also, there was a couple times where you could tell that it was a stunt double doing this stuff, just how their body was. But obviously she's very beautiful, but she brought more to the story than just being a beautiful woman. I think the movie is pretty good. Like, remember Venom, how they were like, critics were like, oh, it's like a 27% on Rotten Tomatoes. And then the audience was like 85% or 90% or something. I think that can also happen with this movie because the people involved did a really good job. And I'm really impressed by the director. You can check out my other video I did earlier about the Bloodshot director, Dave Wilson. Did a great job on the movie because this was his first movie. Like he did video game stuff. He's kind of a CGI guy. And you can tell in how they made the movie how there's so much CG that this guy obviously knows what he's doing. And I can't wait to see more from him because he could totally do a Black Cat movie. He could totally do Silver Sable or any like Marvel or Sony has a lot of. Well, Sony owns all of the Spider-Man stuff, so all the characters belong to Sony within Spider-Man. So they could totally do stuff with like the Sinister Six or like whatever. Like there's a lot they can do with all those Spider-Man characters and Miles Morales and Spider-Woman and all that stuff that we haven't seen yet in live action. And I think Sony or Columbia Pictures, which I believe Columbia Pictures is owned by Sony. They should keep this guy, David Wilson. This is his only work. It's the only thing he's ever done. And this movie probably won't make a lot of money because Bloodshot's not that popular of a character. But if there's a sequel, which could very well be a sequel, they left the ending pretty open. If there's a sequel, I think they should just get him back, fix a little things. There's It's not a perfect movie. There's some things that are not wrong, but like could be better. So if they bring him back, he could totally work on it again and get Vin Diesel back. Um, one thing that I would say they need to work on is the Bloodshot in the comic books is all white, like white, Snow White, with the red dot on his chest, and they kind of explain that. You can see in the poster how he's got the kind of is a little bit red protruding from his chest, and he's a little white, but he's supposed to be like all white with like little short hair. I know Vin Diesel probably can't grow that hair. I don't know. I don't know. He's been bald in like every movie, but they didn't explain that They didn't explain that at all, really. Well, a little bit in the beginning. How they were testing on a rat, and the rat got like red on the nanites overheated in his chest. But I would have liked it to be a little more closer to the comic books. But it's pretty good. It was pretty darn close, and yeah, I was impressed by the supporting cast of this in this movie. They all really did a good job. Gina Garrison, she did a great job as Ray Garrison's love interest. You know, all the characters had a little bit to do. They weren't just thrown in there. You know. So overall, Bloodshot, I would recommend it. I would give it like a 8 out of 10. Yeah, 4 to 5, 8 out of 10. And get your tickets this weekend. I know people are crazy about the virus, but you don't have to be worried yet. Maybe in a month. If it doesn't go away in a month, then people can't get worried about that virus. The movie theater, the people at the movie theater were like detoxing everything and sanitizing everything. It wasn't like, there's nothing to worry about. And go see this movie. Support comic books. Support Valiant Comics. This is their property. They're pretty low on the publishing tier for comic books, but they do a great job on Bloodshot constantly. And yeah, I would recommend the movie. And please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content. Check out my website, the-mule.net, and I'm on social media. All the links will be in the description below. And we'll see you on the next video.